During the 35 years, we resettled about 57,000 refugees in Arizona overall. Majority of them, about 75%, were resettled in Phoenix area, about 25% in Tucson. There are two main areas in Arizona where we resettle refugees. We are considered one of the biggest states per capita bringing refugees who are resettled in the United States, and I guess the reason for it is that Arizona is a welcoming state when it comes to refugees, and apparently agencies, voluntary agencies which are working here are really doing a great job to meeting the goal of the refugee resettlement program in the United States, which mostly is the preparing refugee to be self-sufficient through employment as soon as possible and really start a good integration into our society and communities here. After first Gulf War in late 90s, there was also a large number of the Iraqi refugees which eventually were resettled in United States, but it was different circumstances during that first Gulf War. Since the second war started, and then especially in 2007, I mean, it took from 2003 to 2007 for a lot of Iraqis to leaving the Iraq due to the war and the fact that it was not safe to be there. Their lives were in jeopardy. Now there are different, issues when it comes to Iraqis and what is happening there. Of course, they were escaping from or leaving Iraq at the time and going mostly to Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria. And those were three basic countries which accepted them for temporary stay. Iraqis were not in refugee camps, and the hope was that they would be able to go back. However, the situation in Iraq still is not stabilized to the point that many of them feel that it's to their benefit to go back. You need to really start understanding the culture and custom of the host country, and that may be very different of what you used to do, especially when you were able to live your professional life somewhere else. And it takes time because it is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, and this is why you have voluntary agencies. This is why you have professionals who can compare what you know and what would be the best way for you to go about if you wish to develop resume or find employment. I think what happened and what is perhaps different about the Iraqi resettlement, especially during this time, is the fact that, first of all, they were not living in refugee camp. Second of all, they were not able to get a good orientation. That said, it doesn't mean that those who received good orientation in refugee camp are coming with the lower expectation. They may come apparently with a very similar expectation. And the all is a good orientation upon the arrival and trying to develop the relationship and trust with those who are set and trying to help you to really ease to the new culture and start your new life. As you can understand, people are under tremendous stress, and to develop trust, as we understand in our society, especially in the United States, is something else than when you are coming from an oppressive type of situation and government. It's not an easy process, so it takes time. The U.S. Refugee Resettlement Program is really a partnership, private-public partnership. And with this definition, what it really means is that community involvement is really needed in order to be successful in resettling refugee in any given state, in United States. Those are the parameters. What that also means that the agencies which are working here to resettle refugees need to develop those collaboration with different communities to really be successful in resettling refugees and making them, productive members of our society.